All right, if you're a level 6 apprentice and you've been staring at your portfolio and the letters K.14 fill you with a very special kind of dread, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we are going to completely demystify stakeholder communication and influence. We're not just going to read you the definition, though. We're going to follow this story of an apprentice, probably just like you, and give you a practical plan to absolutely nail it. Okay, let's get into it.
So meet Jody. She is a sharp, talented, level 6 project controls apprentice over at IBIS stores. But right now, she's hit a really common wall. K14. That feeling of, how on earth do I even prove this, is probably something you're feeling too. So we're going to follow her journey from total confusion to complete confidence. And by the end of this, you'll have a clear path to do the exact same thing. So here's our game plan. First, we'll dig into Jody's challenge. Then, we'll decode what K14 actually means. After that, I'm going to give you a 5-step training plan. We'll see how it all works in a real-world scenario, figure out how to gather the best evidence for your portfolio, whether you use Aptum or something else, and finally, how to crush the discussion in your final assessment.
Okay, first things first, let's get right to the heart of the problem. What is it about K14 that just feels so tricky when you're starting out? This is what's on Jody's mind, and I bet it sounds pretty familiar to a lot of you. Influence. I mean, it feels like this vague, abstract thing you either have or you don't, right? It's not like writing code or analyzing data, where you can just show your work. But that's the very first myth we are going to bust today. Let's make this fuzzy idea into something you can actually practice, and more importantly, prove.
So that brings us perfectly to Section 2. Before we can even think about mastering K14, we have to understand what the assessors are really looking for. It's time to decode the official language.
Okay, here's the official definition. I want you to burn 2 words into your brain: structured and evidence-led. This is the whole key. See, K14 isn't about being the most charming or charismatic person in the meeting. It's about having a process, a repeatable one, and using cold, hard facts to guide decisions. It's a technical skill, and that means absolutely anyone can learn it.
Now, Jody's mentor, Adam, gives her this piece of advice, and it is a total game changer. He tells her, forget charisma, this is about professional judgment, it's about evidence. And just like that, K14 stops being this big, scary, abstract monster. Suddenly, it's a skill she can build, one piece of evidence at a time. This is the mindset shift that unlocks everything.
So who are these stakeholders we're talking about? Well, at IBIS stores, Jody's dealing with all these folks. You've got the senior leaders who control the money, the technical specialists who live in the data, the project managers, the finance teams, everyone. Each one plays a different role, and as we're about to see, they all need very different things from you. In this slide, this gets right to the core of K14. Just think about it for a second. You would never give an engineer the same presentation you'd give to a senior leader. The engineer wants the details, the data, the how. The senior leader, they need the so what. They want the outcomes, the risks, and what decision they need to make right now. Your real value as an apprentice is being the bridge, the translator between these two worlds.
Okay, so Jody's had her light bulb moment. She finally gets what K14 is all about, but now she needs a plan to actually build the skill. This is her 5-step training plan, and honestly, it's something you can start using tomorrow.
Here's Jody's plan, and it's just beautifully simple. First, you understand your audience. Then, you select the right tool for the job. Is this a detailed report or just a quick meeting? Step 3, you clarify your message, turning raw data into actual insight. Then comes the influence part, using logic and facts to back up what you're saying. And finally, you build trust by being consistent and professional. See, it's a repeatable process, not some kind of magic trick.
Theory is one thing, but let's see how this actually works. We're going to drop Jody right into a classic project control scenario. She's just found out about a major project delay at IBIS stores, and now she has to tell people. And this just illustrates the skill perfectly. Look at this. For her marketing manager, Rital, Jody focuses on the so what. What's the impact on the launch, and what are our options? But for the engineer, she goes deep into the why, the technical root cause, the data behind the problem. It's the same issue, but 2 totally different conversations, each one tailored to exactly what that stakeholder needs to do their job. That is mastery.
Okay, so Jody is now applying this skill in her day job. But for her apprenticeship, that's really only half the battle, isn't it? Now she has to prove it. So let's talk about gathering the right kind of evidence for your portfolio, whether you're using Aptum or any other system.
Think of this as your evidence cheat sheet. Look, anyone can upload a set of meeting minutes. That's easy.
What you need to do is upload a report you've tailored for 2 different audiences. Then you write a reflection explaining why you made those choices. And you know that email you got from a stakeholder that says, "Thanks, this was super clear and helped me make a decision." That's not just a nice email, that is gold standard evidence. You save it, you upload it.
So here's the absolute key takeaway. An assessor doesn't just want to see that you sent an email. They want to see that your email caused something to happen. Did it lead to a decision? Did it prevent a risk from becoming a real problem? You have to always connect your communication activity to a real, tangible impact.
And here we are, we've reached the final boss, the endpoint assessment, EPA. Jody has the skills, she has the evidence. Now, she just has to talk about it with confidence. Let's get her ready. Just picture it. You're in your EPA, and the assessor leans forward and asks you this exact question. It is so easy to freeze up in that moment. But Jody doesn't, because her coach, Olivia, has given her a secret weapon.
And Olivia's advice is the STAR method. I'm sure you've heard of it, and it's a classic for a reason. It is absolutely foolproof. It gives your story a clear beginning, middle, and end, and most importantly, it forces you to land on the bit that matters most, the result, the impact.
And here it is, Jody's perfect STAR answer. It is so clean, so concise, and just so powerful. She lays out the problem, what her job was, the specific actions she took, and, this is the most important part, the result. The board approved the change and the risk was mitigated. The project was saved because of her communication. That is a flawless demonstration of K14.
This answer works so well because it's not just a story about sending a report. It's a story about how her structured, evidence-led communication directly led to a crucial business decision. She didn't just say she was influential, she proved her influence by showing the positive outcome.
So, Jody went from being stuck and totally overwhelmed to mastering one of the most valuable skills in her entire apprenticeship. She had a plan. And now, you do too. So take another look at that 5-step training plan we talked about earlier. What's the one thing you can do this week to get started? That's your first step. You can do this.